Good evening. Thank you to all councillors and officers who are joining us today for the Planning and Highways meeting on the 2nd of October. Councillors and officers are reminded of their commitment to the Civility and Respect Pledge and to be mindful of this during tonight's meeting. Please be aware that the Council is video recording this meeting and this will be uploaded to our YouTube channel. I'd just like to highlight some key points of the meeting format. Please can I ask that everyone has their phones turned off or set to silent. The fire exits are via the doors out of the chambers and down the external fire escape stairs or via the main entrance that you entered the building through. In the event of a fire, the lift should not be used. The assembly point is outside the Royal Mail Parcel Office on West Street. Please remain seated unless you are invited to speak or need to take a comfort break. The toilet facilities are out in the corridor you entered through. To all present, please remember to show respect to others in the meeting and avoid interrupting where possible to enable others to follow the meeting. If any councillor feels concerned about any aspect of the meeting or discussion, please clearly state point of order. I will then gesture for you to elaborate. If anyone present is felt to be behaving unacceptably, they can be ejected from the meeting by resolution. Thank you for listening, and on behalf of the Council I'd like to thank everyone for attending this Council meeting. So, agenda item 1, apologies for absence.
Yeah, we have apologies from councillors Richard Honeyman, Olivia Honeyman and Lynn Walraven. And we have subs here. We've got Councillor Meek and Councillor Imogen, who is subbing tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
And thank you for subbing. Disclosure of interests. To deal with any disclosure by members of any disclosable pecuniary interest and interest other than pecuniary interests as defined under the Seaford Town Council Code of Conduct and Localism Act 2011 in relation to matters on the agenda. Anyone have any?
No.
No? Thank you. We have no public here, so we'll move on to agenda item 4, planning applications. Planning applications received in week commencing Monday the 25th of August, LW/25/0499, Bishopstone Railway Station. As there's no public, I'll open it straight up to the committee. Councillor Buchanan.
That's pretty good.
Precisely.
I don't know what else to say.
Are you proposing?
I don't propose to accept.
Well, I'll second it. It is absolutely brilliant.
Any other comments?
I just say, as a user of that station, that it is a wind tunnel through there and can be deeply unpleasant. So that will be very helpful having it
Quite like answer.
sealed off.
When I saw this come up, that's exactly
That's
what
what
I
you
thought, and it would also make it a more usable space for the community groups
Exactly.
because they do come out
The best thing
of
they've ever
it,
done here, actually.
and it's in keeping. It matches with the external doors that are already there. So
It's a grade 2 listed as well. I think it's absolutely brilliant.
do we have a proposer and a seconder? So all those in favour? That's unanimous. Thank you.
That will look really good, that. Actually.
So we move on to LW/25/0510 and LW25/0511, 15 Pelham Road, planning and listed building consent. Conversion of existing Grade 2 listed dwelling to create 1 2-bedroom dwelling and 1 4-bedroom dwelling with associated internal alterations. Any comments? Councillor Lord?
Yeah, for you, I think it's nothing short of a miracle what they can do with an old property. So I'm quite comfortable with this, even though it's a grade 2 listed building. And I'm quite comfortable with this. I don't want the councillors to think about it.
Any comment? Councillor Meek?
I particularly like the fact that all of it is
retro, you can take it out again and they're not interfering with the doors, even though they're not the original doors, but they're going to keep it pretty much looking what it is, and it could all be taken back in the fullness of time if someone wanted to convert it back into a whole house again. I think it's pretty accountable.
So it makes no difference to the outside of the property. It's kept it exactly looking the same, and yeah, I agree. So, Councillor Law, were you proposing?
I'm proposing we set this particular application. I'm quite comfortable with it actually. When I first saw it, I thought, oh my goodness, but in actual fact, they've done a good job.
Is that found a seconder? Councillor Meek? Any other comments? All those in favour of supporting this application? That's unanimous.
Goodness, it's a nice job, that actually.
Then we move on to LW/25/0517 41 North Way, single storey rear and side extension with fenestration alterations. Councillor Lord.
Thank you. It's a bit big actually. I think it's a little bit big for what the property is actually is. And basically, I think it's almost like reproducing the footprint of the existing building. Having said that, when you look at it, it's low, it's below the ridge of the existing property. I'm in two minds here, so well, it's too big, but in actual fact, if I had a property, I would probably do the same myself. But I want to hear what other councillors have got to say, because I think it's too big for the existing plot. Then you've got to say, so well, that number, is it 43 next door or something? That's quite a large property as well. So, I don't know, it's a bit big, but it's single story, it's not above the ridge line. Basically, it's wrapped around the property, so you can't really see it from the roadway. So, I want to hear what the councillors, I've really not got a problem. I think it's a bit bloody big, but having said that, that's the way extensions go, because we've got to think these extensions are bringing in because youngsters don't want to leave home and they need somewhere to live because they can't afford anyone else. So my view is I've really not got a lot of problems with it, to be honest with you, apart from the fact it's a bit too big, but anyway.
Do you have any other comments? Councillor Meek?
I rather agree with Councillor Lord, but I don't object to it too much actually. But what I would suggest one did was put, I can't remember what it's called, an order on it so they can't do any more development on the site.
Yeah.
In other words, you can't put in an office in the garden or something like that, because otherwise it really will be far too overdeveloped. Is that, I can't remember what it's called, Chair. Can you remember what it's called?
I can't, but I do know what
you
mean.
Councillor Lord, can you remember what it's called?
It just comes to me, it's left me. But also, through council, if you're going to put something in the back garden, they've only got a mean to strip out the side to bring everything in. So it's practically impossible to do anything in the rear garden because they've left a metre gap between the boundary fence and the property. So if you're going to bring anything in, it's got to come down like basically a 3-foot gap. So you have a real difficulty in bringing things in, unless it's a prefabricated. So all in all, I'm going to support this application.
I will say my concern with this, yes it's big, but for the size of the property, when you look at the block plan compared to the neighbouring properties, it's actually making it about the same size of the other properties, so that's not my concern. Is the fact that the garage is coming in front of the building line by quite a bit. So they're coming forward on their extension, and actually that goes against our neighbourhood plan because they shouldn't be coming forward of that front building line, and that would be my only concern, that is against our neighbourhood plan with that proposal. If they kept it back and level with the house, then the rest of it I'd have no difficulties with. Councillor Meek.
Does anyone know what the on the plan on the left there, What is the room on the top right-hand side that you can
Yes,
only
I'll
access
start
from the
with
garden? Is it a storeroom? Because it's got something in the middle of it. Is it ping pong or?
What, here?
Back.
No,
No, at the back.
Oh,
There.
okay.
No,
that's
no,
right.
on the right.
straight up.
Yeah, straight up.
Right.
Up
That.
there.
What's that?
Looks like some sort
You
of...
can't get to it from the house.
Well, there's a real door, I thought.
What
Yeah.
did it say?
Doesn't say, that's
Doesn't
just
have a
talking
name.
about the wraparound. Because that's some
So
sort
I'm just
of
wondering what it
snug or
is.
something. I don't know, what's that?
Sunbed.
Oh, maybe it's some
Is it like a
sort
little
of...
conservatory or garden room kind of?
Then that does look like some sort of treatment.
I was going to say, is it a treatment room?
Maybe it's a treatment.
Is it going to be
room.
used for business?
That's a good point, that counts.
And it's not, yeah, you're right, it doesn't actually go into the building.
And it's at the back of their property.
Because if it's like that, you could walk down the side of the property to have access to it.
Good point, councillor.
But are they going to be running a business from there because they'd ought to be registered that they're going to do that if it is, shouldn't they? Or don't they have to? I don't know.
It would be business use, yeah, so they would have
Change
to-
of use.
Yeah. I didn't even see that. Is there anything in... Sorry, on the tabs. I just wondered if they put anything in the... No, I thought they might have put something in here, but they haven't.
Living, kitchen, dining for the property, as well as an additional bedroom.
But then that doesn't say what that room is at all. That's the dining kitchen. That's the bedroom, isn't it?
3 bedrooms.
Councillor Taylor?
Can I just, following on from what Councillor Meek said about the this bit coming out of the back, which is not in keeping with the neighbourhood plan.
Did you mean the garage?
It's the garage at the front that's not in keeping with the
Oh,
neighbourhood
sorry, it's
plan.
the back. It's the front. Yeah, that piece. Having living where I do Bishopstone bungalows is quite a lot. This kind of development going on, with additions being built, and what I find, what seems to happen is that they follow each other and build. So. It's the precedent, it's the thing about the precedent, isn't it, that then causes other people to think that they ought to ask first of all, when I've been asked is, well, why could so-and-so do that? I'm just thinking about the notion of if the rule has been to stick with the neighbourhood plan, or with the plan, then why would it be any different here? We would need to have a good argument, wouldn't we? A good case for that.
Yeah, I'll say sometimes when we've looked at things is the fact that someone else has built something prior neighbourhood plan. But since the neighbourhood plan came in, a lot of things stopped because it goes against the plan.
Yeah.
Councillor Buchanan.
Sorry, yeah. So can we just see the existing drawing? Because on the existing, it's there.
Yeah.
So it's not an extension per se.
Also they're tacking it on. So the wraparound starts from here.
So they're using existing footprint.
So that's the existing garage.
I've missed it already had a garage there. Thank you.
Okay, so we're literally looking at this then, aren't we?
Yeah.
Which then the only comment made then is about some sort of condition about this being the maximum development for this property.
And querying
The
the
room.
room with no access other than via the back.
Yeah.
We would have to apply, sorry, Chair, they would have to apply for that like through environmental health and other conditions if they're going to use it for something apart from the actual house, because they need some kind of licence to operate from there.
It just seems
Which-
strange though when you want to build somewhere that
But then
you're building somewhere
but then-
without additional access.
planning is what we see, it's not what they're going to do.
Yeah.
So they may never ever use it. I would propose we support this application because there's nothing there which I can fundamentally see preventing us from doing it. Apart from, like Councillor Meek said, there's a room at the back, but it could be anything. It could be, we don't know, because they have to apply for a licence to that, which is not on the planning. So no, that's my view.
Does that find a seconder?
Providing the condition is put in.
Quite right.
With the condition.
Yeah,
Okay.
the condition, yeah.
But we're not
The
querying
condition
the back room.
being additional
No,
something.
no, nothing else built on the property.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Whatever that.
Oh, definitely.
It's
It's
cool.
Do you want to query the back room having no access?
Well, that's what they want. As Councillor Lord said, they could say, well, it's just storage
I know.
for garden furniture, but you know.
But the application looks like it's a room of some sort, and why would you be having
Well, query
a
it.
room with no access to the rest of the house? So it's just a query. I'm not saying let's object to it on that,
No.
but we're supporting it with they can't build anything else and querying
Definitely.
no additional access just to that room.
Yeah.
Then Lewis can look into that more if you
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
okay.
Happy with that, Councillor Lord as
Yes,
well?
perfect. Thank you indeed.
We haven't voted on it.
So we've got a proposal and seconder. All those in favour? Thank you. So planning applications received in week commencing Monday the 1st of September, LW/25/0528, 25 Sutton Drove, loft conversion including rear flat roof dormer and 2 front pitch roof dormers and change of hipped roof to an end gable. Comments on this please? Councillor Meek? Councillor Meek?
Sorry, Mick. Councillor Mick.
Just beat you.
Come.
Front dormers? Are we okay with those? I'm asking the chair.
So they are small.
The house one.
They are small, and it's so if they had a full dormer, then no, that's totally no. Number 21 does have 2 little
Does.
front dormers, exactly the
Yeah.
same. So I can't actually find a reason to go against that. But yes, I did query it first in my own thought and looked.
I think we all did actually, pretty sure. So when I look at this one, I just wish I had a back garden as big as that. My garden room would be absolutely fantastic in there, but I'm not. Again, it is what it is, and I really don't think we can find anything we can object to this particular development. Okay, the hip roof is going to go to a square, 2 doorways. But like I said, it's in keeping with the area, and I agree with you, Chair. If it'd been one big one, that would have been something quite different. So, again, I have to say that it's a nice development in a nice area, and it's enhancing the property. So I've really not got a problem with it. I just wish I could afford it also.
Any other comments? My only comment would be that the property next door, where they're going in, they have a side window on their property, and I just wonder whether there'd be a loss of light. Councillor Buchanan.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't thinking of that side window. You're thinking of the side window on number 23.
There's a side window on number 23, and moving the roof over, would there be a loss of light through, because it's kind of there like that, an attic room side window, which was built with when the property was built.
No, I'm not sure of the rules on that matter.
Loss of light is something that would stop planning, but I don't know whether it would be.
I don't know.
It's so fierce anyway.
Any other comments on this?
Just a query really about that point. So would that not be up to, well, I mean, would number 23 not might have a view on that.
At the minute, there's no comments from
No comments.
number 23 to
Yeah.
support or object to the application.
So it might be up to them to see. That would be one aspect of it. If I lived in 23, I think about that. Just mind me.
Councillor
Do you
Meek.
know, Chair, if it was an obscured window, is it a bathroom window, or is it an actual, you know?
Yeah, usually.
It's in there like the attic. I think it's looking at it. It's a normal window, not obscured. But some people with bathrooms that high up don't obscure their windows. So I'd be happy to second supporting this application with mentioning
A condition about
is there a loss of light
deprivation of light
to the neighbouring property with the movement of the roof, but otherwise happy. Are you happy with that?
Very much so.
Have you got that? So all those in favour of supporting this application with just mentioning is there a loss of light to the neighbouring property? And that's unanimous.
The thing is, Sharon, speaking about after this level, the house is almost facing dead south, so it wouldn't achieve much east or west light because of the property in front of it.
But even though with the way it's facing, with that moving, there's suddenly...
It may be private, but there'd be no little or no sunlight going into that particular room. But it doesn't matter with water in it, we start mentioning it.
So planning applications received in week commencing Monday the 8th of September, LW/25/0500, 6 Buckle Rise, erection of single-storey side extension, hip to gable roof extension at front and rear elevations, addition of recessed balcony to front, one side dormer and one roof light at rear. Comments, Councillor Buchanan.
It took me a while to understand what was going on with this, actually. But once I had understood, I think it was pretty good. And because where they're sitting up, it's just before where the caravans live,
So,
and it kind of looks down, and that window thing that they produced is actually views out over the sea.
it's a good start.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in terms of, whether the size of it's too big or too small, it actually looks like a nice, and it improves the look of that property. From Google Maps, anyway.
Councillor Taylor.
Yeah, it's a prominent property because of its location. Because it's at the on Buckle Rise, there is about 6 houses going up to the caravan site, and this is at the top of the hill. So it's good that you think it's going to look good, because I think that's important. I mean, it's a building that it's not seen it in use since I've been around that area quite a bit.
Okay.
So it's closed building, I think. Not, but that's how it looks. You can tell what's going on inside. But so its appearance is important. There have been a number of changes have been made to the houses on the hill, going up to it, up Buckle Rise, and they've been quite significant changes. Quite attractive changes, but they're just changing the character of that road quite considerably. Quite noticeable. So I think, this would be a gain if we think it's a good enough building. I find it hard to imagine that, but a good enough building in that position. Environment, yeah. That would be my main question. It needs to fit the area. And it's all moving at the same time, and it's moving upwards. That's what I would say. The area, I mean.
Do I have any other comments? So I have a proposal on the table.
I would propose this. Spot it.
Do I have a seconder?
Yeah.
Okay. And all those in favour of supporting this application?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. And then we move on to LW/25/0535 to Prince's Close. Removal of existing front porch and rear lean-to structure, loft conversion, erection of detached garage, addition of driveway and alterations to fenestration at all elevations. Comments on this?
Well, for you, Chair, it is what it is. It's quite a big, quite a lot of work going on in one property. Having said that, that repeat myself, it is what it is, and I've really not got a problem with what they're actually proposing to do. And I think basically it's in keeping the area. And I can't find a word to say against it, but I find it's a lot of work for nothing.
Do you have any comments on this? I looked at this and thought there's quite a lot of roof lights on her front elevation, and will be the first one in the close that will have them. But they're all very small-ish bungalows, so actually if you want to go up into the roof, that's the only way of doing it, because obviously dormers are out the way.
That's quite right, Chair.
They are small roof lights. They're kind of spread across the roof line
Evenly.
and makes it look quite nice for what it is compared to some applications we've had before us previously.
Yeah.
So I would quite happily
Well, I
second it.
propose it, Chair. I think it is a lot of work, and I'm glad I'm not paying for it. And well, it's going to cost a fortune. You're probably over 20 grand for that. Anyway, that's by the by. I propose the application.
So we have a proposer and a seconder. Do we have any other comments? No? All those in favour of supporting this application? Thank you.
A lot of people got a lot of money in Seaford, isn't there? Hey? You think about it, you know, how much is it costing all this lot?
Planning applications received in week commencing Monday the 15th of September. LW/25/0541 24 Downsview Road. Replacement of existing conservatory with single and two-storey rear extensions. Erection of detached single-storey outbuilding at the back garden. Replacement of existing front porch. Extension of drop curb. Associated hard, soft landscaping and alterations to fenestration. There's a lot of work going on in Seaford this week.
Yes.
There must be a lot of money knocking around in Seaford. I'm sure I've not got it, but still, go on.
Do we have any comments on this application? Councillor Taylor.
It's quite hard to see, and you can't see into the back. The front, the property as it currently is, kind of fills the front. So, and if you actually went round to the back to take a look, to see what the implication is of what will go on behind it. But I do notice they have solar panels on the roof. They, it's like, it's already a big house, and it's going to get bigger. But I assume it's a family who wanted to move into it.
Well,
I think when a rear extension can't be seen from the front and makes no difference to the street scene, then
Yeah,
I
doesn't make
don't
any
see an
difference.
issue with it. It's not taking
No.
up most of the garden.
No.
yeah.
Do you have any comments?
No.
Oh,
Any comments on the garden structure? Councillor Buchanan.
Yeah, thank you. Just quick with us. If it were just the garden structure, would that need planning application?
future, they do that to make it look nice on the application, to be perfectly honest with you. I'll be honest with you, I don't like things in back gardens because what it does, it creates an environment where large gardens can have a structure in the back garden. And here again, we've got a structure in the back garden. Having said that, I can't find a reason why I can't say no. If I had a big garden like that, I'll put my daughter in mine and try and look after it. But I can't I can't find nothing wrong with it, to be honest with you. And whoever's done the garden design, I'm a bit poor with it. Because I do these at work, and a damn sight better than that. But anyway, that's another story.
Keep to the plan.
The plan is, I can't find anything wrong with it. Fundamentally wrong with it. Apart from the fact, I don't like properties in the back garden because you're creating a precedent for everybody else. Having said that, perhaps that's the way forward for families in the future. I don't know. So, I can't find anything wrong with it, to be honest with you. So, I'll support this application, to be honest with you.
Councillor Meek.
Can you just go down back to the other bit, Charlotte? Just wanted to point out to you, Councillor Lord, that is quite a big garden room, and look at the distance between that and the fence that they're going to get it through. So you can put all sorts of things in back gardens with not very much room.
Councillor, I entirely agree with you. I entirely agree with you. And I'm not going to beam me bonnet on saying to Councillor Meek that once you do one, every property will have them. Having said that, that's the way things are going to go in the future. So perhaps this is the way they're going to go, having young families, etc., in the back garden, and they're looking onto a big back garden to incorporate a property, with their family. So I've really not got a problem. I'm saying, well, once you do one, I think it's really good.
Councillor Buchanan.
Thank you. Actually, this is designated as an office. And so it's just working from home office, if you like. Presumably it stays that way, but that's the intention of this
That was
application.
my thinking, because when can we go back to the garden office? If you look at, obviously it's very large, and it's sectioned into 3 areas, so you could potentially have a bathroom, have a bedroom, and have an open plan living room, kitchen, and suddenly you've got a self-contained unit in there. So there are concerns that this could go into that because of the size of it. And I think, yes, because of the size of it, it would have needed planning application on its own.
Because we all know sooner or later that will be converted into a living accommodation.
Councillor Taylor.
Yeah, I understand the concern about that, but when I looked at it, the front, I couldn't see that the diagram of the house. All the houses are on there. They're built up to the boundary. What's going on is going on behind, which you can see. So it's pretty hard to see how something that would become, Airbnb or whatever in the back garden.
Good thoughts.
How are they going to get in there? I don't know. But as an office, I could see for the residents. And if I had an office there, I'd want to have a bathroom or a loo. I don't want to be going into the house all the time.
And shower.
Shower. Yeah.
Come on, we all know what's going on.
Yeah.
So we have a proposal on the table. Do we find a seconder? Councillor Buchanan. And if there's no other comments, all those in favour of supporting this application? That's unanimous.
Give me the garden.
We move on to LW/25/0539 9 Mallet Close. Installation of fibre cement cladding over existing brickwork to front and rear elevations.
Cheap importing.
I can't find my tab. Oh no. Yeah.
So, Isabel, what did you say?
So she couldn't find her
I
tab.
couldn't find my tab.
Oh, look, yours, you.
Had a bit of a tab conversation, didn't we?
Any comments on this application?
Sorry, through you, sir.
This colour.
Sorry, which one we call it?
That's the colour.
Blue.
That. Yeah. That's the colour they've chosen. Yeah.
Yeah, I've used this system before. The reason they do it is cheaper than pointing the building. That's the top and bottom of it. And we all know pointing all lasts for 20 years. This building's about probably 30 years old. And my reason for saying is that it will be completely out of keeping with every other property in this particular clause. Having said that, once you do it once and you realise how good it is because it gives you increased thermal and noise insulation, prevents you from repointing, and there's a thing called a dew point temperature, which I'm not going into. So the dew point temperature prevents damage coming into your property, and this will prevent it, and also will prevent ingress of airborne salt water being blown into property. It is the way forward. I think it's one of the first properties that's going to do it. There's no doubt in my mind other properties in the geography will follow suit.
This will actually be the second property.
Oh, I do beg your pardon.
So there's already that precedence there.
So, in other words, yeah, I'm going to say I support this application. I didn't know there was another one done.
Councillor Buchanan.
Thank you, Chair. If you go back to the colour scheme, for no other reason than when I clicked on this, it said specification. It's not actually a specification, it's just a colour scheme. So I was just interested to know what the actual materials are going to be, but
It's fibre cement cladding.
I understand that that's just a line item thing. But anyway, that was just an observation.
Well done, Councillor.
Councillor Meek.
I just wondered, Councillor Lord will know the answer to this, I'm sure, but I imagine that this is applied with cross-battening, or so that there is it. If it, well, maybe not if it's concrete, it's applied with nails, or if it was something like high-density plastic board, they would probably be putting it onto some timber battens. In which case, I was going to suggest, why wouldn't they take advantage of putting some 20mm, 25mm insulation underneath that? Then they'd insulate the front and back of their properties.
Well, do you know what? You're absolutely right. It depends it's where you're going to do it. I'm not seeing the specifications, so I can't work. What this application will be an impregnated timber vertical, and then you fix your battens across it, and they're fixed with marine grade stainless steel fixings. Stainless steel won't last 2 minutes though. If you want to do that, it's called overcladding, and you're absolutely right. In which case then, they would increase, they put a vapour check on the brickwork, then you put your vertical battens, then you put your insulation, which is only 25mm, you're quite right, Councillor. Then you've got to have at least a 15mm air gap between the insulation and the cladding, so that the actual property can still breathe, and so the insulation can still breathe. This, as I understand it, is a straightforward batten, and the battens have to be coated in red to show that the marine grade quality. I've noticed the specification, that's in the building regs. The horizontal battens have got to be fitted with marine grade stainless steel, which is about 10 times more expensive than galvanised steel. Again, I've not seen the building control. And what is, you get a 25mm or 18mm gap, but the 18mm gap, if you're going to create an airspace, and an airspace is basically the same as insulation. And because if you think, if you've got insulation in your attic, you get 150mm insulation attic, what does that fiberglass do? It just contains air. Well, if you can contain air, it's then brought back into your property, and it doesn't leak heat out of your property. So, Jim, shut up. So there's me going with building science, tosh. So, yeah, I'm going to support it.
Councillor Meek, did that answer your question?
Yeah, I would support it. I'd like to propose that we pass this through, but I wonder if we could just say, had they thought of putting some insulation?
Absolutely.
Into it? You know, just you know, because it's an opportunity.
You can put half an inch 12mm insulation if you want, but again it puts the price up.
So we have a proposer to support the application with a comment regarding insulation. Does that find a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Taylor. If there's no more further comments, all in favour? Thank
I didn't know to do another demanding clause. I didn't know.
you. Planning applications received in week commencing Monday the 22nd of September. LW/25/0543 5 Chinkton Road. Proposed attached store to the rear garden. Comments, please.
Can I just ask a question? Is a store, what is a store? Is it just a shed? I mean,
It's
is it a term, it's a kind of generic term to cover buildings going into the back garden or front garden?
It's a store.
It's still.
I don't think you could use it for anything else.
So looking at the application, there is, by looking at a large garage door on the side of it,
Right. It's a generic term.
but I think it's just a generic
Lots of things.
store with a
Okay.
large opening.
Fine. Yeah.
Councillor Meek,
Just, does it need planning permission?
obviously does.
This isn't retrospective, is it? Because I just wondered if I've noticed on Southdown Road there is a new store there with windows in it already with timber cladding. I haven't had time to, because I haven't had time to go down and see if it is that one, because of course it's listed on Chington. And I'd have to know what, I don't know where, going around the other side, I'd have to be counting houses along to find out which one it was. But it was the one that I noticed that's been built, it's got a kind of curved roof on it. It's timber. It's actually been built by the people who, the timber carpenters, I can't remember what they're called, SDK carpenters or something, what it is, something. We've got lots of carpentry around the place.
Because
But
this
it's probably
doesn't look like it's got a curved roof.
No, I know it
And
doesn't.
it
So that's what makes
it
me
doesn't
think it must
show
be a
any
different-
windows in it.
No, it must be a different one then. But I haven't got a problem with it really. It's
Quite a lot of the properties have already have garages along the back.
But they're all set back, which means you can get the car onto like a driveway and then into the garage. This is obviously right up at their boundary line.
yeah. Is that a problem, do you think?
Now I'm sure there was something somewhere which I haven't had the chance to find out, that they can't have that right on a boundary line because then it's right on the footpath.
Something the meter law, isn't it?
I think
So,
you've got to
there's a meter
have
law, yeah.
something, yeah.
As a right of access.
I think it might be National Planning Policy Framework rather than.
Oh, okay, that's pretty
There has to
Similar
be
meter, no,
a gap between
Yeah,
a building and the public footpath.
it's normally a meter. Normally. But it says at 1.2, which is 4 foot now, but still.
Which is why I think the other garages are set back. That's why their store, their previous store is set back.
Do you put that down as a query or?
I'd rather just object to it on that, and
Okay.
then if we're wrong, then and it
Yeah.
goes through, then
Yeah.
it's because
We're being thoughtful about it to say the fact that.
there is something about, yes, you can't go
There's something, I
to
think
it.
it's 1.4 foot, 1.2 meters, but I'm top man, I can't remember.
I'll find it. I'll quote it.
So I'm proposing we object to it because it is sat on basically the boundary of
Fence
the
line.
property,
Yeah.
fence line, and that goes against National Planning Policy Framework. And Isabel will find which number that is.
Yeah.
I think you have to move back, sorry, Chair. I think if they moved it back to a metre, then it will fall inside acceptance, but with it being so tight, I don't think it can. Having said that, somebody clever than me has done these drawings, so they're all.
Oh, no, their drawings don't always go through.
Really, Chair, thank you.
Any other comments on this? No, so I've proposed we object to it. Does that find a seconder?
Got a bit thin, go on, I'm not, it's right, but it's wrong. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Councillor Lord, and all those in favour of objecting to this application? That's unanimous, thank you. Now we move on to tree works applications, TW/25/0083/TPO, 3 Sycamore Close. T1 pine fell to the ground due to twisted trunk, making unsafe in high winds. Councillor Lord,
Thank
as
you.
our tree was...
Yes, as a tree was. Fun enough, I will just tell some old councillors very quickly like how trees are so funny. We have a massive oak tree in Hillsham Close Churchyard. We did a survey last week. We're going to like do a 30% reduction. And yesterday, a branch, probably bigger than this room, fell off it. And we did a survey last week with regards to doing the work probably next week. And we deemed it fit and healthy to do a 30% reduction all over it, even though it's got a T pill and that. And you'll believe it, yesterday, the bloody thing, the branch fell over it, honestly, it's massive, right? And we deemed it, when I looked, I said, yeah, fit and healthy, 30% lollipop in, so that's it. And it's going to cost about £6 to do it.
Can we move back to this application?
Yes, sir. But I'll just say to that, everybody thinks that you look at a tree and it's alright, but that's in fact, it's so fickle, right? Having said that, it's got a twisted trunk, they're so very, very fickle trees, and this is the first tree I've not seen in all the time I've actually been doing planning, right? I've been busy this week. So this is a twisted trunk, as far as I'm concerned. It's grown around itself because it's had some injury in its early youth. I suggest we support the application.
Does that find a seconder? Councillor Buchanan, any other comments? All those in favour of supporting this? That's unanimous, thank you.
So what about the tree now?
We move on to agenda item 5, road closure applications for events in November 2025 for Seaford Street Markets and February 2026 to December 2026. Do you have any comments on this?
November Sunday, goes without saying.
So they're wanting application for Remembrance Sunday, Seaford Christmas Magic, and then the street markets for the Saturday street markets. I think we've supported these applications for their road closures for their markets previously.
Yeah. Shouldn't be like this, it should be as it is.
We do it, but they have to put these forward to close them, and they can only do it for so long.
Yeah.
So the recommendation is to note the applications, to consider and comment on the applications for Seaford Street Markets from 14th of February to the 12th of December. There is no comments. I think everyone's happy that we've had them all previously, and I think we've made plenty of comments previously.
Yeah. And obviously the other 3 are ours, so that's our standard ones.
So can I have a proposer for both the recommendations? Councillor Meek and a seconder. Councillor Buchanan, and all those in favour. Thank you very much. And agenda item 6 is the decisions taken by the Planning Authority. Do we have any comments on this? No, I would just like to say about 11 Hill Rise, where this committee asked that the living roof be put on the outbuilding that that is now a condition on their application, and they've also have to maintain it as well.
Wasn't true.
So that was quite a nice
Well done, Chair.
win for this committee.
Yes.
It proves we're on the ball then, doesn't it?
And there's, just to note at the back, there was a notification that we received regarding Newland School and the roundabout and everything being signed off, because there was conditions on that. So now it is in highways, because it was the developer that had to build
That's right, yeah.
it, and it was
Section
there,
106 notice, yeah.
and it was theirs. They've now signed it over to East Sussex Highways, who now will fully maintain it. Well, as well as they do everything else in this county. It's now their responsibility to maintain it because it's been signed over to them. So the recommendation is to note the report, decisions on planning applications and the updates on the highway matters. Can I have a proposer? Seconder? Thank you, and all in favour? Thank you very much. That is all the meeting, isn't it? Yeah. That brings the meeting to a close at 19:51.